Ciao y'all. Today we're going to talk about pasta. Pasta is one of my favorite topics. I'm going to try not to talk all day about it, but I do want to tell you a little bit about pasta. The first thing that we're going to do when we get into this is we're going to talk about the differences between fresh pasta and dry pasta. We're going to talk about what bronze die cut means compared to not bronze die cut. We're going to talk about drying times. We're going to talk about that sort of thing, and we're going to just bring into reality what all of these things mean, because you hear these terms and you get these ideas like I have to go buy bronze cut die slow dried pasta, or my favorite misconception is that fresh pasta is somehow better than dried pasta. So we're going to break down all of this stuff, and I think to start with we're going to start by talking about fresh pasta. So here's some pasta I made this morning. This is fresh pasta. This pasta was made with eggs and flour. That's how fresh pasta is typically made. There are lots of variations on this. I could have made it with water. I can make it with a mix of eggs and water. Some people like to use only egg yolks. I don't typically do that because if you make it with only egg yolks, you're going to get a softer product, and it'll be richer. So you may want to try it for some things. It's got to be something really fancy though. Typically whole eggs and flour. And the ratio, by the way, is 100 grams of flour to 1 egg. So for every 100 grams of flour you measure out 1 egg. And generally, I look at that as 1 egg per person. So if I'm doing it for 4 people, I'm going to use 400 grams of flour and 4 eggs. That's if pasta is my main course. If pasta is my side dish, I can usually get away with, say, 3. So just to kind of get that out there about fresh pasta. This is dry pasta. You see I got several options here. Dry pasta is made with a different kind of flour. It's made with durum wheat. The flour is called semolina, and it just means that it's flour made from durum wheat, and it's a little bit coarser grind flour and has sort of more of a golden color than regular flour does, which is why it has that look. On the fresh pasta, since we're talking about flour, you will hear people say that you have to use tipo 00 flour for your pasta. What does that mean? Tipo 00 is a grading of flour in Italy. They grade their flour based on how finely ground it is, not on the gluten content. So a huge thing that we hear on the internet all the time is that tipo 00 flour is a higher gluten flour. That is absolutely not correct. Tipo 00 refers to how finely ground it is, and there is low gluten and high gluten versions of tipo 00 flour. In the United States, we talk about our flour based on gluten level. So we usually call low gluten flour cake flour. Medium gluten flour is all-purpose flour, and that stuff can vary on brand. And then the high gluten flour we call bread flour. So if you're making bread, you want to use a high gluten flour so it's nice chewy bread. If you want to make a cake, you don't want a chewy cake, so you use low gluten flour. And for pasta, we usually just use all-purpose flour, and it works perfectly. You don't have to go buy tipo 00 flour for pasta, and you certainly do not need to have a high gluten flour. In fact, I wouldn't even recommend a high gluten flour for your pasta. So fresh pasta, simple. Flour, eggs. Again, there are variations of this. There's no reason to go into them because they're all special purpose. For most things, flour and egg pasta. Dry pasta is a different product. These are two different things. It would be like comparing risotto to jasmine rice. They serve two different purposes. So fresh pasta is not better than dried pasta, it's just different. So there are applications for each. I tend to like fresh pasta for lighter dishes, like a pasta al limon or something like that. I like that. If it's a nice light dish, I like fresh pasta. There's a rule in Italy that you can't use egg pasta with an egg sauce. So for example, you wouldn't make carbonara with a fresh egg pasta, you would make it with a dried pasta. I don't know why. I would be fine with it, but they're not, so that's their rule, not mine. Dried pasta you definitely want when you need something sturdier. Dried pasta is always going to be more al dente. It's always going to have, which means to the tooth, which so you know it has a little bite to it. Dried pasta is always going to be a little stronger, and it's good for, especially if you have like a thick meat ragù or anything like that. Fresh pasta is definitely necessary though if you're going to make ravioli or lasagna or anything like a stuffed pasta. You definitely want the fresh pasta for that. Then there's this product. This is a fresh pasta product, but this is made with, so this, I should say, is made with durum wheat semolina and water. I didn't mention the liquid in this one. Durum wheat semolina and water, and then this is made with all-purpose flour and eggs. This is made with durum wheat semolina and eggs. So this is a little bit different product. There's nothing wrong with this product. It's just the way they make it. I think they make it that way so that it lasts longer. It's more shelf stable. I like this product myself for doing stir fry because I don't do Asian cooking very well, and working with a product that I'm familiar with is easier for me. But I think this makes a good like lo mein or whatever. So all my Asian fans, if you're not down with that, let me know. But it works for me. Okay, so back to dried pasta. So what are the rules for dried pasta? Well, the die-hard rule for dried pasta is you always use a bronze die extruded pasta that is slow dried. So you see this has slow dried on here. If you don't do that, then you're gonna go to pasta hell. Not really. But this is sort of the thing we get from these chefs online. Remember, these people who are telling you this stuff, they're rich. They have plenty of money. This thing I think was like $6. I'm not spending that much money on pasta for everyday use. Absolutely not. This is $1.50. So what's the difference between a $1.50 pasta and a $6 pasta? And by the way, there's pastas everywhere in between. The stuff I usually buy is like $2.50. So you can get that, or $3 maybe. And you can buy stuff on sale. Buy one, get one free sales all the time at your grocery store. This is the generic grocery store pasta. It's got my grocery store name on it. And the only difference between this and this, they're the same ingredients. The difference is that this was put through a machine that had a Teflon die, and this one had a bronze die. And then they have different, this one is dried under warmers, so it dries faster, and this is slow dried in the air. What's the difference? Well, one thing you'll see is this pasta is a little more golden color and a little more shiny, while this is more of a matte finish on this pasta. That's because when it comes through the bronze die is tugging at the pasta. It's not a smooth process, where Teflon is a very smooth process. So this makes more surface area on the pasta, and then the flour they use to keep the pasta from sticking together gets kind of stuck in there, and it makes it unshiny and I don't know, maybe not as pretty as the less expensive pasta. But that helps the pasta have a better mouthfeel and hold on to sauce. So when it's, since it's all craggly, it has more surface area, and the sauce can get into all those little crags, right? This is smooth and just doesn't do as good a job as this. So definitely don't ever buy this. Buy this if you want. Look, you should anyway, if you're taking my advice, buy the most expensive of whatever it is that you can reasonably afford. Don't go out and buy $6 pasta because it's supposed to be good. You can buy $1.50 pasta and be perfectly fine with it. As a bachelor, this is all I ate. It was absolutely okay. You know, I do a little better now, but I still don't buy this normally. I bought this only as an excuse to show it on camera today. I'm going to really enjoy eating this, but I don't normally buy it. I buy the brands that are, I like the bronze die. I don't care how slow it was dried. You know, in Italy, they say that helps with your digestion. Maybe it does. I don't notice the difference, but I like the bronze die cut pasta. I want to talk a little bit though about this brand, specifically this brand, because this brand just gets such a hard time online, Barilla. I don't always buy Barilla. I do buy this shape from them, the pipettes, because I love these for making Southern style mac and cheese. So it's got that sort of elbow look like the old school mac and cheese, but you know, it's a thicker, better product. But this did not come out of a bronze die. This is Teflon die cut. It's more expensive than this. So should I buy this instead? You know, really you could. But everybody talks about like this product is bad or something. There's nothing wrong with this. In fact, I don't know how many Italians I've seen online tell you that this is garbage, yet it's the #1 selling pasta in Italy. So they gotta be doing something right. I guess because not everyone in Italy is rich. So this is their version of cheap pasta, and it's affordable and it's not bad. So nothing wrong with Barilla pasta, folks. And again, if you're trying to decide between this and this, you can still go with this. I know these are different shapes, but you know what I mean, the brands. So there's nothing wrong with buying your grocery store pasta. There's nothing wrong with buying the Barilla pasta. And absolutely don't think that fresh pasta is in any way better than boxed pasta. They have different uses. They're just different things. So I think that I've covered, one more thing that I wanted to mention about the boxed pasta is always pay close attention to the volume of the pasta. Sometimes you'll see boxes of pasta. This brand, as a matter of fact, has gotten me a couple of times where they have a 12 ounce package of pasta instead of 16. Most pasta comes in a 1 pound box, 16 ounces. Make sure it does. If you see that it's 12 ounces, put it back on the shelf because they're still charging you the same price, right? So try to get 16 ounce boxes. And if for whatever reason, if you're in a specialty store and you're getting pasta that actually came here from Europe, look for 500 grams. 500 grams is very close to 1 pound. So that's what you're going to look for, a 500 gram pack or a 1 pound pack if you're looking at US based packaging. I think that I've covered most everything there is to talk about with pasta. So the thing I want to get back to is whether it's fresh pasta with eggs, whether it's dried pasta with semolina, bronze cut dye, Teflon dye, the cheap stuff, this sort of fun product here in the middle. Whatever it is, just remember that whatever it is that you're making, the most important ingredient is love.